Hello everybody, this is soyachinchao.com and we're going to show you a quick hands-on with the Xiaomi Mi 3 smartphone and its unique features from its MIUI. Let's start off by taking a quick look around the device. At the front, it comes with a 5-inch display that does full HD resolution. It uses an IPS panel which gives excellent clarity with great viewing angles all around. At the top, you get a 2-megapixel front-facing camera and an LED notification light, which can be customized with colors for different alerts. Moving down, you get your typical 3 Android buttons for menu, home and back. Looking at the top, there's a headphone jack and a SIM tray slot which is available in both mini SIM and micro SIM sizes. At the bottom, you'll find a micro USB port and a loudspeaker grill. The volume rocker and the power buttons are placed on the right, which is very practical for single-handed use. Over at the back, it gets a 13-megapixel camera from Sony with dual LED flash, and there's also a secondary mic for noise cancellation. Internally, the Mi 3 is running on a 2.3 GHz Quad-Core Snapdragon 800, which is the same unit that's running on a Galaxy Note 3. It gets a 2GB of DDR3 RAM and 16GB of onboard storage, which unfortunately is non-expandable. In terms of connectivity, it doesn't get 4G LTE, but it settles for a faster dual-carrier HSPA+, which speeds supported up to 42 megabits per second. On board, it gets juiced up by a large 3050 mAh capacity battery, and it supports NFC, which lets you transfer content by tapping two devices together. At first glance, the Mi 3 body looks like metal, but actually is made out of plastic. But in the hands, it feels rather light for a 5-incher, and the back has a very grippy feel to it. We kinda like its rounded edges at the sides. The front looks very clean, and especially with the all black appearance when the screen is off. So that's all for the hardware, and now let's take a peek into the software aspect of the device. The MIUI on the Mi 3 is currently running on version 5 and is still based on Android 4.3 Jelly Bean, and is currently running on a default theme. To unlock, you can just drag this circular ring downwards, or you can jump straight to dialer, messaging and camera by dragging it to the respective icons. You can also switch to music controls by just double tapping on the ring. If you need a flashlight, just press the power button and then press and hold the home button. Normally on Android, you have a home screen and then a separate app drawer to see the list of installed programs. However, on the MIUI, all your apps and widgets are actually placed on this home screen, which is similar to the iPhone and Huawei's Emotion UI. This approach makes it very easier for first-time use, especially for those who are not familiar to the Android system. To organize your apps, there's even an option to move several icons simultaneously. Just pinch out for the options and then select the apps that you wish to move. And once you reach to the appropriate pane, you can just drop them one by one, or you can swipe all to combine. And you just tap once to drop them all. It's that easy. Long pressing on the home button brings up the Google Now. If you want to see the list of recent apps, you have to press and hold the menu button. Usually you get the option to kill individual or all the apps that's running at the same time. However, if you wish to kill everything except for some exceptional apps, all you need to do is just drag down to lock the apps that you wish to keep and hit the button. And as you can see, all the apps have been closed except for the ones you've chosen. To keep your smartphone running in tip-top condition, the MIUI comes with a host of security apps, which helps you to clean and manage unwanted files, to manage data usage, blacklisted contacts, power management, and there's also an antivirus scanner and permissions management. The permission manager is something that a power user will be interested in. If your phone starts to feel a bit sluggish, it is likely that there's some app or game that's running in the background, and this could take up unnecessary battery life. From this app, you can get to review what gets to be run in the background automatically. For those who are concerned about security and data access, you also get to review the managed permissions as well, so you can set to allow or to deny apps of having access to your telephone features, SMS, contact list, call logs, and locations. Alternatively, you can manage this from the app level as well. For example, let's check out what Dropbox has access to. Right now, it has access to my media gallery. For context, you can set it to ask it if you want to access, or you can deny it completely if you're absolutely sure about this action. For any reason that you want to keep certain conversations in private, the MIUI has an interesting way of hiding your SMS in private. To access the private messaging mode, just go to your messaging app and drag down a few times like this. You'll be able to set separate passwords and manage private contacts as well in this messaging mode. Each time a message arrives, you will be notified there's one new message, but they won't show who is it from. The phone dialer also has a couple neat features as well. If you're making a phone call, you don't need to hold the phone next to your head immediately while the phone is still ringing. When the other party picks up, the Mi 3 will give a short vibration to let you know that the call went through. During the call, you can write notes or to record conversation, and if you really need to keep a copy of every single call, you can set recording on by default with the option for all calls, or you can select certain contacts. The camera interface on the MIUI is easy enough for first-time users. If you switch to the front camera, it automatically applies some skin tone adjustment, which is quite smart. When you're taking a selfie, it automatically detects your gender and age and determines how much enhancement it needs to be applied. Normally, there'll be more soft touches applied for ladies compared to men. In the simple mode, there's nothing much to think about, but once you enable advanced settings, you get a whole array of features like focus mode, exposure, and white balance. Instead of putting a timer, there's an audio shot which automatically takes a picture if it hears a louder sound, so you can say cheese or just snap your fingers near the camera. Overall, the user experience is very pleasant for first-time users, as well as plenty of advanced tweaks to keep the power user happy. To give the Mi 3 a different look, there's abundance of themes with deeper levels of integration. There are themes that mimic popular interfaces like HTC, Sony Xperia, Moto X, and even, okay, you get the picture. The level of customization is just incredible. For 889 ringgit, the Xiaomi Mi 3 is a serious bargain, and its MIUI makes it such a joy to use. So that's all for now. Thanks for the likes, thanks for the comments, and thank you for subscribing to our channel. This is soyachinchay.com, and see you guys later.